gentlemen, and welcome to the second day of show jumping here at the Land Rover Horse of the Year 2020. We're a couple of minutes away from starting our first class of the day here in the Premier Arena. I'm sat here with co-commentator Stuart McLeod. And Stuart, what a great day we had yesterday.
Certainly did, Fiona. It was a pleasure to be here in this magnificent showgrounds. I believe it's the best in the Southern Hemisphere. I say that every year because we come here annually for the Horse of the Year. It's beautifully prepared, and we saw some really good jumping, even in that metre 40 class, which was the first one, very well run by Sam Morrison. Then we went to the Save a Sam teams event, which really was a lot of fun. The two teams, and you were favouring one, and that's probably why they did so well.
Yeah, Waikato were the great winners there. That was fantastic. And they hadn't won it since 1993, I found out last night at the bar. The things you find out when you're at the bar.
It's almost before Christ, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think Melissa Watson was on the team then, who is mum of
Emma,
very talented rider Emma Watson. So a great win for Team Waikato yesterday.
Yeah, so it was good fun, and everybody got a look at the Premier Arena, those in those classes. And today we move on to 4 other classes in this ring, and we're about to get underway with a horse metre 35A2, which is just a one-round sprint, I suppose we'll call it.
That's right, just one round against the clock, and so fairly simple, fairly straightforward to follow for those of you who've not watched show jumping before. Those of you who've tuned in to the live stream via Sky Sport Next, a very good morning to you, and welcome from the Land Rover Horse of the Year 2020, coming to you live from the sunny Hawke's Bay. So our first rider out on course this morning is Georgina Dormer with Bravados NZPH. Time allowed for this round is 83 seconds. Georgina is from Rangiora. She's the owner of the Rider Shop and Rangiora Equestrian Supplies. Rides full-time as well as running her business, and of course carries the lovely brands Cavaliera Toscana, Tucci and Devoco. Bravados NZPH is a 9-year-old sport horse gelding by Consul de la Vie Z out of Margaret du Manoir.
Well, what a great way to start the class. Georgina Dormer from Rangiora in the South Island absolutely creamed it. Had a lovely ride on Bravados NZPH, clear on a time of 74.95. 74.95.
So making her way to the start now, this is Laura Inkster on course aboard Matawai Santana. Laura from Clevedon, and as well as riding, she works full-time for the family business Inkster Landscapes. Matawai Santana, 12-year-old warm-blood gelding by Senator BDL out of Kiwi Classic.
So a few problems for Laura Inkster at fence 4. He's had the refusal, had 3 times 4. There's some seconds to be added as well for the refusal. So ring crew moving particularly fast on this nice morning, and we're almost set to go. And there's the hooter now to set Laura away again. Well, unfortunately, things not going quite so well for Laura Inkster on her horse Mattify Santana this morning, and second refusal, hence elimination.
So that's the buzzer now for number 3 in the draw. This is Laura McGregor on course now with High Command. High Command, an 11-year-old gelding. Laura made the trip down from Auckland. She's a full-time horse trainer and equestrian manager at Pure Equestrian Centre in Auckland.
So Laura McGregor completes her round on High Command. That's all clear in a time of 79.73. Seemed to struggle a little bit over the middle of the course, and then the horse started to move forward very nicely for her. So 79.73 and clear, Laura McGregor and High Command.
The bell goes for Amanda Wilson now, number 4 in our draw. Amanda riding Showtime Casanova, 15-year-old crossbred gelding by Petty Petty to Witty out of V, bred by June Berrington. Amanda's produced this horse herself with great success up to World Cup level. Finished second in the Olympic Cup Horse of the Year some years ago. And we saw them out here yesterday in the metre 40 class, brought to you by IRT. They had a couple of rails down yesterday. And this class runners one round against the clock, and she's done a very neat turn inside to fence number 2.
Judges' call is a total of 16 for Amanda Wilson with Showtime Casanova. Just a few problems in the middle of the field, and Amanda elected to make sure she jumped it correctly, so hence the extra time. So that is the score, 16. And 2 times, so that's 18, beg your pardon.
Kimberly Winks making her way through to the start now on Damiana. 10-year-old Hanoverian mare by Indoctro out of Dana Bonita. Homebred horse. Kim and her mum have bred and produced this lovely horse.
Judges confirm a score of 4 for Kimberly Winks and Damiana, and the time 74.22. Things were going really well till she got to fence number 10, landed on the top of it, so that was the 4 faults.
Our next rider in the horse meter 35 out on course now. This is Anna Trent. Anna is an equestrian coach from Plympton, and she rides Silver Star, an 11-year-old thoroughbred cross gelding by Silverstone out of Millennium, bred and owned by the Mason family. Anna's represented New Zealand 15 times since she was 12 years old. Competed in the Pony of the Year back in 2000.
Anna Trent completes her ride on Silver Star with a total of 12. 77.36 was the time.
Catherine Alabaster out on course now, and Catherine has made the trip from Ocean Beach. So, very short journey there for Catherine. She rides Hapuri Drama, 7-year-old New Zealand sport horse mare by Orlando out of Vidal NZPH.
80.43 is the call on the timer for Catherine Alabaster and Halpery Drama. One fence down, it was fence number 7. Fence number 7 has costed the 4.
In the arena now, we welcome Clark Johnston. Clark, very successful event rider, having represented New Zealand in the 2016 Olympics over in Rio, finishing in 6th place individually and 4th in the team event. This morning he rides Watermill Hadley, an 8-year-old Dutch warm blood gelding by Karen Boll out of Van Krella, owned by Amanda Furby Walker.
A time of 82.57 for Clark Johnston with the Watermill Hadley, and fence number 2 came down for 4 faults. So 82.57 and 4, Clark Johnston and Watermill Hadley.
Tegan Fitzsimon on course now. Just having a little look at fence number 2 there, the Cavallino fence, with Glenbrook All Roses. Saw Tegan out here yesterday in the IRT horse meter 40 class, had 2 lovely clear rounds with her horses, Windermere Cappuccino and Alakazam MH. Glenbrook All Roses, 7-year-old gelding by Heartbreaker out of Dozen Roses, bred by Glenbrook Park and the Meehan Davies families. This combination finished in 7th place in the Bronze Tour final at Tekapoto Estate a couple of weeks ago. And they've had some very consistent results in the 7-year-old series this season.
Total of 20 faults for Tegan Fitzsimon with Glenbrook All Roses, 3 fences down and a refusal plus some time. That becomes the total of 20.
the buzzer for our next combination out on course. Logan Massey making his way round to the start. Logan is a 26-year-old sheep and beef farmer from Dannevirke. Runs a very busy farming operation alongside his team of show jumpers. And this morning he rides the 8-year-old Holsteiner stallion Lamondo GNZ by Lordano out of Lamona.
Logan Massey completes his ride on Lamondo GNZ, just a lovely canter around the course in a time of 84.40, and is clear but does have one time penalty because the time allowed for the round is 83.
Philip Steiner next to go, number 10 in the draw with Kiwi Sunup. Philip's made the trip over the Kaimais from Tauranga. And Kiwi Sunup, an 8-year-old New Zealand sport horse gelding by Kiwi Legacy out of Kiwi Sunrise, bred by Graham Hart of Fernhill Stud.
8+2 is the call from the judges. 8 jump and 2 time penalties for Philip Steiner and Kiwi Sunup.
Strathcarron Exalt on course now for Isabel Watley, number 11 in the draw. Isabel is a full-time rider based in Carterton, and Strathcarron Exalt, a 13-year-old thoroughbred gelding by His Royal Highness out of Regal This, bred by Strathcarron Stud. And at this stage of the competition, we have just the 2 clear rounds, with Georgina Dormer and Bravados NZPH sitting in the lead as the quicker of the 2 clear rounds. Her time's 74.95. And sitting in second place, Laura McGregor and High Command also clear in a time of 79.73 seconds.
Four fences down for Isabel Watley riding Strathcarron Exalt. 5A, 6, 9A and 11. That's the 16 and the time 79.69.
We're up to number 12 in the draw, and the buzzer has gone for Oliver Edgecombe. Oliver is sponsored by CWD. He's from Waipukurau. And this morning he comes to us aboard Clear Cut Extreme, a 7-year-old gelding by Clearway out of Legacy Extreme, bred by Charlene Workman of Extreme Sport Horses, owned by Fiona Hall.
Right, a very steady round from Oliver Edgecombe. Clear Cut Extreme was the horse, and he goes to the lead with a time of 73.73 and clear. That was Oliver Edgecombe with Clear Cut Extreme. Clear in the time of 73.73. They go to the lead.
So 3 clears at this stage. Sitting in 4th place on the 1 time fault only is Logan Massey with Lamondo. And our quickest 4-faulter at this stage is Kimberly Winks with Damiana, followed by Catherine Alabaster and Haupuri Drama. Those are our unofficial top 6, and of course still another 40 combinations to come in this horse metre 35 class. Back on course now, this is Laura Inkster. We saw her out as the 2nd rider with Matuai Santana. She's back now with her young horse, the 7-year-old Holsteiner mare, Nikama MVNZ, by Canto out of Dolce MVNZ. bred by the team at Mount View Sport Horses and owned by Leanne Inkster. And Elise Edwards-Smith and Jeremy Whale. Sam, based in Cambridge, and runs Diamond Lodge Equestrian together with her partner Jeremy, her fiance rather. Run a very successful breaking in and pre-training establishment.
A confirmed score of 8 for Sam Matthews with DSE Exuberance. Fences 2 and 5A with the culprits, 8 faults, 75.30.
Ali Carson is on course now. Ali is 19 years old, hails from Putaru. She works as a dairy farmer when she's not busy with the horses. And this morning rides the 10-year-old station-bred gelding Wairau Ritchie, bred by Hilton Alexander of Wairau Station. And last year at Horse of the Year, Ali and this horse finished in second place in the Junior Rider of the Year, and they were also first equal in the Junior Rider Series last season.
Gee, mighty good time from Ali Carson with Wairau Ritchie. Unfortunately, it's fence 5A and 7 that have come down that have cost 8 faults, so the time 69.71, 8 faults.
That's a very good time indeed, the quickest time we've seen this morning. And before that first rail came down for Ali, I was about to say, Stuart, that she'd be a good one to go to the top of the leaderboard, having had a lot of experience at the Pony Grand Prix level, a former Pony of the Year winner. So we go now to Emma Gaze. Emma's from Ohaupo, a radiographer at Waikato Hospital. And together with her mum, Wendy, they produce some lovely horses out of their broodmare, Bushbug. So this morning, Emma rides Ko-Fi Bug, 9-year-old warm blood cross gelding by Eurosports and Tavos out of their broodmare, Bushbug. This combination finished in 4th place in the Ann Symes Memorial Derby at Takapoto Estate a couple of weeks ago, and were the winners of the Bronze Tour final a year ago at Takapoto Estate.
A score of 12 it is for Emma Gaze with Kauai Buck, and the time 71.80. This is class 12, the horse metre 35.
Abigail Long is our next rider to go in this horse metre 35 class. She's based in the Horowhenua and has a team of 5 horses, competes at eventing as well as show jumping at the 3-star and 4-star levels, and is a current member of the New Zealand Talent Development Squad for eventing. She rides Henton Audacious, a 7-year-old Hanoverian mare by Anna Moore out of Distancia, bred by Henton Lodge Hanoverians, owned by Abigail and Clive Long.
So Abigail Long completes her ride on Henton Audacious, 5A and 7 with the culprits. They came down, 8 faults is the score in a time of 76.47.
That's the buzzer for Tours Rattray, taking a nice long approach to the start aboard a Versace NZPH. An 11-year-old gelding by Oberon du Moulin out of On Your Bike NZPH. Tours is a professional rider and trainer and has ridden for many years. She runs Chelican Equestrian with her sister Anna, where they produce lovely young horses. Been in the business for 40 years.
Total of 5 is a call from the scorer for Tours Rattray and Versace NZPH. So the time was 84.03. Time allowed for the round is 83, hence the time penalty. It was fence 1, the first fence that came down. So that's the 4 faults plus the time, that's 5.
Making her way through the IRT archway, our next rider, Briar Burnett-Grant, number 20 in the draw. Briar, a very talented young rider from Taupo. She's on the ESNZ High Performance Future Squad this season. No stranger to success here in the Premier Arena at Horse of the Year, having won her first Horse of the Year title at the tender age of 10 in the Pony 6 Bar, and won Pony of the Year at the age of 12. This morning she rides Fibre Fresh Delphine NZPH, a 7-year-old mare by Cannon out of Spring NZPH, owned by CBD Investments Limited.
Judges' call is 8 for Briar Burnett-Grant with Fibre Fresh Delphine NZPH, and the time 71.68. 8 faults, 71.68 for Briar Burnett-Grant and Fibre Fresh Delphine NZPH.
That's the buzzer for our next rider, number 21 in the draw. We welcome Samantha Morrison to the arena. Sam is a New Zealander based over in Australia. Made the trip back across the Tasman for the Takapoto Estate Show and Horse of the Year. Was the winner of yesterday's IRT Horse Meter 40 class with her lovely mare, Frangipani de Toxandria. And this morning she comes to the Premier Arena aboard Corfu, a 9-year-old warm blood gelding by Eurosport Centavos out of Sabotage. Bred by James Jackson and owned by Jill Morrison of New Zealand Show Jumpers Limited.
Smart ride, Samantha Morrison on Corfu, clear in a time of 78.31. It's going to put her into third place. Third place in this metre 35.
We're up to number 22 in the draw now. Madison Greatorex on course with Daisy Duke NZPH. A lovely little 7-year-old mare by Non Plus Ultra 3 out of Ophelia NZPH. Madison is from Northland and has produced all her own ponies and hacks, taking them up to Grand Prix level.
Three fences down for Madison Greater-X and Daisy Duke NZPH. That's 12. And the time was 84.13, so that's slightly over the time allowed, hence a time penalty. So the total is 13. 13 is the score. Madison Greater-X with Daisy Duke NZPH.
We go now to Jessie Linton, number 24 in the draw. And Jessie rides LT Holst Elspeth. Jessie is a full-time rider from the Hawke's Bay, and LT Holst Elspeth, a lovely 7-year-old Holsteiner mare by Cascadello out of Beryl, bred by Ewan McIntosh of Lake Taupo Holsteiners. They certainly breed some beautiful horses. And this horse owned by Kim Best and Ewan McIntosh.
Jessie Linton completes a ride on LT Holst Elspeth with a clear round at a time of 76.20. That's going to put him into third place. There's the square on the screen. Third place it is. Jessie Linton, LT Holst Elspeth. And Fiona, you've got some extra information.
Yeah, he's done very well on this horse at Takapoto Estate. Finished in 5th place with LT Holst Elspeth. So on good form coming into the pointy end of the season, the business end of the season here at Land Rover Horse of the Year. Alex Loisel on course now with Hapuri Da Vinci, a 7-year-old mare by Untouchable M out of OSH approved NZPH. Alex also from just down the road at Ocean Beach.
Score of 4 faults for Alex Loisel with Halpri Da Vinci. It was fence 5A that came down and their time was 75.41.
We've got Paula Musson in the arena now with her lovely horse Deja Vu NZPH. Deja Vu, a 7-year-old mare by Untouchable M out of Riviera, NZPH. Paula's made the trip down from Pukekohe. She's a radio planner for NZME Radio, formerly known as the Radio Network. She's competed up to Grand Prix level, represented New Zealand in senior and young rider teams back in the day, and was the winner of the Super Series final. She was second in the 7-year-old North Island Champs and placed in the metre 35 at Mini Prix and 7-year-old classes at Takapoto Estate a couple of weeks ago.
A time of 80.61 for Paula Musson with Deja Vu NZPH and 8 faults. There's fences 5A and 9A that came down, hence the 8. Time 80.61, Paula Musson, Deja Vu NZPH.
Our next rider to go is Samantha Peters, number 28 in our draw, and she rides Dodge NZPH. 7-year-old gelding by Quintus out of Untouched NZPH. Sam's a full-time show jumping rider, originally from Whangarei, but based now in Cambridge. She runs a busy stable with her fiance producing horses through to World Cup level. They also run pre-training, breeding, breaking and spelling business.
A 12-fault round for Samantha Peters with Dodge NZPH, fences 2, 5A and 9A were the ones that came down. Time was 79.82. 79.82 and a total of 12.
The buzzer goes for our next rider. This is Kyra Manson on course now. Kyra is an 18-year-old student based in Auckland. And she rides TP All Class, a warm blood thoroughbred cross gelding by TP Classic Act out of Miley.
Long way round to have the last fence down, and that's what's happened to Kyra Manson with TPL class 4 faults at the last, and the time 71.18 and 4.
What a shame. That would have been the winning time at this stage of this class. That would have beaten Oliver Edgecombe's time, 73.73 seconds, but not to be today. So Oliver Edgecombe still holding on to the lead unofficially as the quickest clear, and on course now. Going at great speed is Michaela Herbert with the 18.1 hand high horse Gran Cabello by Indoctro out of the Romanoff Dam Strawberry. And this combination were last year's winners of the Lady Rider of the Year class.
He's a big boy, isn't he, this Gran Cabello, and it's a 4-fault round. He saw a long stride, did Michaela, going into fence 5A, an enormous long stride, and unfortunately the back rail came down on the Oxer at 5A, so that's 4 faults, time 71.35.
We welcome Clark Johnston back to the Premier Arena. He was out a little earlier on with Watermill Hadley. Just finished on the 4 faults. He's back now with Aces High, 10-year-old thoroughbred gelding by Another Warrior.
Total of 18 it is for Clark Johnston and Aces High. 16 jump and 2 time. His time was 88.05.
Well, walking the course earlier with Clark, he did mention that this was quite a big track for this horse, Aces High. So the object of the exercise, I think, was just to let the horse have a look at this Premier Arena in preparation for the eventing class later on in the week. So we go to number 32 in the draw. This is Kate Kavanagh on course now with Wallflower. Kate's a full-time rider based in Geraldine and runs a full-time breaking in and schooling yard with her partner Steve Houston. Wallflower is an 8-year-old warm-blood mare by Corofino 2 out of Double D, bred by the McVean family. Wallflower and Kate won the amateur Rider of the Year title back in 2018. They were the national 7-year-old winners in Canterbury and winners of the 7-year-old series last season. They were also the winner of the Canterbury Series Mini Prix.
We have a new leader. Well done, Kate Kavanagh on Wallflower, 69.75 and clear. You lead this metre 35 class at this point. Kate Kavanagh, Wallflower, all clear, 69.75.
So at this stage, our top 6 are all clear rounds. We've got Kate Kavanagh as the new leader, and our slowest clear round, Laura McGregor with high command, 79.73 seconds. So to be on our leaderboard, you need to be clear and you need to be quicker than 79.73 seconds. So on her way now is Melody Matheson, number 33 in the draw. Melody's a local rider from Hastings. She's on the ESNZ Talent Development Squad this season, has had great results up to World Cup level with her horse Graffiti MH. This morning she rides Quarterflex Enya MH, a 7-year-old Hanoverian mare by Edward out of Grandessa MH, bred by Matthews Hanoverians and owned by Melody.
Judges confirm a score of 9 for Melody Matheson and Quarterflex Enya MH. 2 fences down plus the time penalty, that's the 9. 87.83 was the time. Direction just been handed, it's now 10. It's 2 time penalties, 8 plus the 2 is 10.
This is Olivia Newsom on course now. She rides Caratino Jewel. 12-year-old gelding by Caratino Glory out of Sabine. Olivia, another rider from Tauranga. She attends ACG Tauranga School and has had a lot of success over the past few seasons on ponies and hacks.
Oh, what a mighty time from Olivia Newsom on Caratino Jewel, 70.50, and all the fences are up, so she goes into second place. Olivia Newsom and Caratino Jewel. Into second they go. Wonderful ride. Gee, that was positive.
We've got Kimberly McCabe in the ring now with Casey, 17-year-old thoroughbred gelding by Istidad out of Loughallen.
Judges confirm a score of 4 faults and a time of 68.69 for Kimberly McCabe and Case.
The buzzer goes for our next rider. We welcome on course Alexandra Hammond. Alex moved to New Zealand 5 years ago with her family. She's now based in Cambridge, and she rides the 8-year-old warm-blood thoroughbred cross gelding Le Bam by Leo Kellion out of Wilma.
Alexander Hammond has a lovely ride on Le Bam and completes the round, no faults, in a time of 78.09. What do you want to add to that, Fiona?
Well, a lovely round there. I'm happy she got round, and she'll be stoked having that clear round. Pops her into sixth place at this stage unofficially on the leaderboard, but we still have a fair number of riders to go, and Mr. Speed Demon on course next. This is Kian Cooper, and Pythia has a number of speed titles to his name, and this will be a quick time. Pythia, a 9-year-old warm-blood mare by Lindbergh de Hayet out of Sinarco. Kian, a former winner of the Big Red Trophy back in 2016. The trophy awarded to the Young Rider of the Year with his horse Amarula MVNZ. But with this horse, Pythia. They were the winners of the North Island Speed Horse at Pukekohe in November.
Smart ride from King Cooper on Pythia, but unfortunately 3 fences down, 2, 3 and 7 were the culprits. Total of 12, 72.57 the time.
We're up to number 38 in our draw now. This is Hannah Bugnuda on course now aboard Danger Mouse NZPH. Danger Mouse, a 7-year-old gelding by Canan out of Times Right NZPH, owned by Heloise Tolo. Hannah is 21 years old. She's based in Martin. Rode as a jumps jockey for 2 years and is back show jumping after 4 years off, focusing on race horses. And she won her first Horse of the Year title as a 12-year-old on a self-produced pony.
Judges confirm a score of 12 jump penalties and 2 time for Hannah Bugnuda with Danger Mouse NZPH. So that's a total of 14. Their time was 87.20. Total 14.
Back on course, we welcome Logan Massey, our rider from Danneberg. Saw him out with Le Mondo GNZ. He had no jump faults, just 1 time fault. His time, 84.40, was just a little over that 83-second time allowed. He's back now with Double J Kelvin, a 7-year-old sport horse by Double J Repechage out of JK Madam Seattle. Logan's taken his time with this lovely horse, bringing it up slowly through the age series classes. They won the 4-year-old championships at the National Young Horse Championships back in 2017. Won the 5-year-old Breeders' Final at Takapoto Estate in 2018, as well as the 5-year-old series. And was the winner of the Pride's Easy Feed 6-year-old Horse of the Year last year.
Judges confirm a score of just 1. That is a time penalty. The time was 83.69, Logan Massey and Double J Kelvin.
Well, we're up to number 40 in the draw now, and welcome on course Sophie Scott with Glenbrook Rich's Roses. 7-year-old warm blood gelding by Eurosport Cassini d'Eclipse out of Glenbrook Forever Roses. Bred by Tanya Davey and owned by Tanya Scott. Sophie is 18 years old. She's from Wellington. She's studying rural animal technology at the Otago University by correspondence. She's the New Zealand National Show Jump Young Rider Champion 2019 and 2020 on her horse Lakota. She was also runner-up National Grand Prix champion and has won many New Zealand titles in Show Hunter as well.
Judges confirm a clear round for Sophie Scott. Glenbrook Rich as Roses is the horse. Clear in the time 79.79. It's going to put them into 8th place. Still that wonderful ride from Olivia Newsom on Caratino Jewel. Her lead 70.50 was the time, and they were clear.
We've got Brooke Hawthorne on course now.
In fact, we have a correction to that place.
Ziggy Stardust GNZ, 10-year-old warm blood gelding by Lansing out of Nearco Jr., bred by Paul and Pip Fuchs of Golden Grove Stud.
Smart ride from Brooke Hawthorne on Ziggy, Stardust, GNZ, all clear in a time of 71.83. And I think that's going to put them into third. Third place it will be, Brooke Hawthorne, Ziggy, Stardust, GNZ.
Our next combination to go in the horse meter 35 is Robert Steele. Robert's from Dannevirke and rides 2IC, an 8-year-old gelding by One Eye out of Mrs. Gray, owned by Mick Gardner. Robert is sponsored by KPS Saddlery and Pride's Easy Feed. Has had a great season with his horse LT Holst Bernadette at World Cup level. Finished 4th in the New Zealand World Cup Series and was also part of the 4th placed Waikato Equine Veterinary Centre team at the Takapoto Teams Championship competition a few weeks ago. He's on the ESNZ Talent Development Squad this season and, as I said, no stranger to success here at Horse of the Year. Won 2 Norwood Gold Cups back in 2005 and 2008. He's won World Cup events in Sydney. And this horse, 2IC, was 3rd in the 6-year-old Horse of the Year back in 2018.
Another clear round, this time to Robert Steele with 2IC clear in a time of 74.32. And that's going to move them into 5th.
Our next rider in the horse meter 35 class is Daniel Webb, number 44 in the draw. Daniel is a sheep and beef farmer from Hunterville, and along with his busy farming operation, also breeds warm blood horses and enjoys preparing the progeny right through to competition level. This morning he rides Constellation, a 7-year-old warm blood mare by Cassini d'Eclipse out of Millie.
Daniel Webb completes his ride on Constellation with a score of 12 and a time of 80.45.
Next on course is Georgia Buzaid, one of our younger riders in the class. Georgia's 17 years old, originally from Waiheke Island, but she's been based in Cambridge since 2017. She rides the 13-year-old thoroughbred gelding AP Ninja by AP Ruler out of the Secretariat mare Officer Fair. A new ride for Georgia this season. And she's had a very successful season with this horse at the junior rider level. And of course we saw Georgia out here yesterday afternoon in the very exciting Saba Sam area teams competition, where she clinched the win for the Waikato team with her little Kaimanawa pony, Red Cliff's Bill.
Georgia Bizade completes the ride on that wonderful horse AP Ninja in a time of 77.72, 77.72, one fence down for 4. Just looking at the leaderboard at the moment, we've got Wallflower leading with Kate Kavanagh, then Caratino Jewel for Olivia Newsom in 2. Third place to Ziggy Stardust GNZ for Brooke Hawthorne. Fourth at the moment, Clear Cut Extreme for Oliver Edgecombe. Fifth is 2IC for Robert Steele, and 6 is Bravados NZPH for Georgina Dormer. They're the top 6 at the moment.
And back on course now. This is Philip Steiner once again with Casina Dior. 7-year-old warm blood mare by Diorado out of Casina van der Helle, bred by Pip McCarroll.
Well, Philip Steiner had a great ride on Casina Dior. Unfortunately, it was just that first fence that he demolished, literally, for 4 faults, and then his time, 88.79, has incurred 2 time penalties. So the total 6, Philip Steiner with Casina Dior.
Lisa Coop on course now, number 47 in the draw, making her way to the start. And she rides Casera MS, an 8-year-old warm blood mare by Cassini 2, out of Gold Diva MS. Bred and owned by William Willis of Matafio Sport Horses Limited.
Well, it's always great to watch Lisa Coop when she comes to the arena because she gives everything a go. And she turned up to 5A on the far side of the arena. Unfortunately, the back rail came down, but she was going for it. Lisa Coop has finished with 8 on Casera MS.
Well, back on course once again is Georgina Dormer. Saw her out here as the first rider an hour and a half ago. And sits in 6th place unofficially at this stage with her first horse, Bravados NZPH. Back now with Casanova NZPH, an 8-year-old Self-Français gelding by Jocas Latour out of Paradise NZPH.
Georgina Dormer completes her ride on Casanova NZPH, a bit of a whoopsie at fence 2, and so it took a wee while for her to get going again, hence the time was 84.29 was her time, hence the time penalty of 1. So the score is 13. 13 the score for Georgina Dormer with Casanova NZPH.
We welcome on course now our youngest rider at heart, Morris Beatson, a true veteran and no stranger to success here at Horse of the Year, having won 5 Olympic Cup titles, last one back in 2013, also 4 Norwood Gold Cups. He's won the World Cup Series 5 times and has won 200 Grand Prix. His 200th Grand Prix win was in October last year. This morning he rides Tiramia Logan, a 9-year-old gelding bred by Kate Kinzett.
Judges confirm a score of 16 for Morris Beatson with Tiramia Logan in a time of 80.60.
Our next rider to go is Geordie Bull, number 51 in the draw, and Geordie rides the 14-year-old thoroughbred gelding known as Forest Hill by Occidental Tourist, an American stallion. Out of Another Question. Geordie's a dairy farmer from Atiamuri and won the Young Rider of the Year back in 1986 on a horse called Gratis. Also won Pro-Am Rider of the Year in 2014 on this horse, Forest Hill.
A confirmed score of 16 for Geordie Bull with Forest Hill in a time of 74.66. Just 5 combinations still to go to complete this metre 35 A2 class.
We're up to number 52 in the draw as we welcome on course Matthew Dickey. Matthew's from Taranaki, based in Okura, just south of New Plymouth. He's a civil engineer. Former winner of the Premier Stakes with his horse Quango back in 2016. Also the North Island Premier League winner in 2016 and won Young Rider of the Year back in 2011 and Pony of the Year in 2008. This morning, Matthew rides Absolute NZPH, a 9-year-old gelding by Rubinia out of Okie Dokie NZPH.
Goodness gracious me, what a wonderful time from Matthew Dickey on Absolute NZPH, a time of 66.97, I hear from the timing lady, and unfortunately the one fence down was fence number 7 for 4 faults, but a wonderful ride. Well done, Matthew Dickey, giving it a go on Absolute NZPH, 66.97.
Gosh, that would have been the winning time there. Kate Kavanagh, though, still holding on to the lead with her time of 69.75 seconds and 4 riders to go in this horse meter 35 class. So Kate sitting in the lead, followed by Olivia Newsome, Caratino Jewel. Sitting in third at the moment, Brooke Hawthorne and Ziggy Stardust, GNZ. We've got Oliver Edgecombe sitting in fourth. In fifth, we've got Robert Steele and 2IC. And sixth place, still holding on there, Georgina Dormer with Bravados NZPH, who was first out in this class at 8:30. So those are our top 6 placings unofficially. Of course, we'll get the confirmation from our judges at the end of the class. And our next rider making her way in now, Isabel Watley. She's a full-time rider based in Carterton and rides Villarica, 13-year-old Belgian warm-blood thoroughbred cross mare by Vivant out of Myobel.
Confirmed score of 12 for Isabel Watley and Villarica, tried harder, Stuart. Villarica it is for Isabel Watley. 79.74 was the time, 12 faults.
Tegan Fitzsimon is back in the ring, this time aboard Campari. 7-year-old warm blood gelding by Corofino 2 out of Lilana, bred and owned by Penny Tapley. Saw Tegan out earlier on this morning with Glenbrook All Roses, who was just a little spooky in this Premier Arena. Campari has done very well in the 7-year-old series this season and finished in 5th place in the Silver Tour final at Takapoto Estate 2 weeks ago. .00 is the time. And I think the judges will definitely confirm a clear round, which they have for Tegan Fitzsimon on Campari. Gee, that horse just bounced around the course and they've moved themselves into 3rd place. That's Campari for Tegan Fitzsimon. So that's going to drop Bravados and Georgina Dormer off the prize winners list at this point with just 2 to go. Alexa Randall making her way round to the start now, number 55 in the draw. She's a full-time rider for Tahihi Farms, based in Auckland, and LC Tango, a 13-year-old Self-Rosse gelding by Lindbergh de Hayet out of Chinese, bred by Steve Cohen of LC Horse Farms.
Judges confirm a 4-fault round for Alexa Randall and LC Tango, time 77.39 as we come to the last combination.
Oliver Edgecombe back on course. He currently sits in 5th place with his horse Clear Cut Extreme, finished clear in a time of 73.73 seconds. He's back now with Henton Excalibur. 12-year-old Hanoverian gelding by Al Bundy out of Henton Dungarvan, bred by Henton Lodge Hanoverians. This combination finished in 3rd place in the Silver Tour qualifier at Takapoto Estate. Also 3rd in the Open Horse Meter 40 at the Taupo Christmas Classic last year.
Well, Oliver Edgecombe has a great ride on Hinton Excalibur. Wonderful time of 68.45, but unfortunately the one fence came down that has cost him quite a lot of money. So, no doubt about it, a brilliant ride. Always great to watch Oliver come out. 4-fault 68.45, but the way we see it, looks like... Just get things checked and we'll come back to you. Confirmation of the place getters, no doubt about it. A great ride from Kate Kavanagh on Wallflower. They finished. So no doubt about it, a great win for Kate Kavanagh with Wallflower. They've taken away the class, all clear in the time 69.75. Second place will go to Olivia Newsom with Caratino Jewel, time of 70.50. Third place will go to Campari for Tegan Fitzsimon, all clear in a time of 71. Fourth place will go to Ziggy Stardust GNZ for Brooke Hawthorne, all clear in a time of 71.83. Then we go to fifth place, which will be Oliver Edgecombe with Clear Cut Extreme. They were clear in a time of 73.73. Seventh place will be, sixth place, sorry, Robert Steele with 2IC. They were clear in a time of 74.32. Seventh place will go to Georgina Dorma with Bravados NZPH, clear in a time of 74.95, and in eighth place, Jessie Linton with LT Elspeth, clear 76.20.
Okay, good morning everybody from the Premier Arena. We're here for the prize giving, the place getters in the metre 35 A2 class this morning. First class for Wednesday morning, and congratulations to Kate Kavanagh and Wallflower, who won the class in a great time of 69.75 seconds. I have with me Equestrian Sport New Zealand President Richard Sunderland to present the ribbons. Second place went to Olivia Newsom and Caratino Jewel. Third, Tegan Fitzsimon and Campari. Fourth place to Brooke Hawthorne and Ziggy Stardust, GNZ. And fifth place to Oliver Edgecombe, Clear Cut Extreme. Robert Steele was sixth with 2IC. Georgie Dormer and Bravados NZPH in seventh. And Jessie Linton and LT Holst Elspeth took out eighth place. We're just going to have a quick word with Kate, who won the class. Well done, Kate. Fantastic time and a great round for you. What are the plans for you and your horse for the rest of the show?
We're still hoping to qualify for the Lady Rider. I had a rail down, unfortunately, yesterday, so we're waiting to find out, and the metre 35 final on Sunday. I would actually love to thank my sponsors, Macmillan's, Hanley's Formula, Synco Flex and Sterling Collection for their support, and a massive thanks to my partner Steve Houston, who coaches me.
Thanks, Kate, and well done.
Well done, Tegan. Thank you.
Okay, so there we have it. Congratulations again, and well done to all of those riders and the place getters in the metre 35 A2 class. First place, Kate Kavanagh and Wallflower. Second, Olivia Newsom and Caratino Jewel. Third to Tegan Fitzsimon and Campari. Fourth, Brooke Hawthorne and Ziggy Stardust GNZ. Fifth to Oliver Edgecombe, and Clearcut Extreme. Sixth place to Robert Steele and 2IC. Seventh, Georgie Dormer and Bravados NZPH. And Jessie Linton and LT Holst Elspeth in 8th place.
Lead me to my destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, though I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the chance.